98%.
That sounds about right.
But it just, I don't know, it felt drier because
Really?
it feels colder.
So I think it feels moist.
It feels colder out there, which indicates to me the dryness.
I've got 48 on my phone. That is great, Nathan. That is wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
That is right where we need to be.
49 degrees. Skies are clear. I'm glad that, look, we needed the rain. We didn't get a whole lot. I don't know how much I got, but it didn't seem like it was that much.
I thought it was going to rain all
Yeah, I
day.
did too. We ended up getting, was it even a quarter of an inch, you think? Total, all day long?
I
Doubt it.
probably not.
Tenth?
Between a 10th and a 15th.
Nobody ever says 1/15th of an inch. We said 10th of an inch, quarter of an inch. We skipped from 10th to a quarter.
Why is that?
What's the common phrase for whatever is between a 10th of an inch and a quarter of an inch? There is no 15th of an inch.
Did you say of an inch?
I sure did. Can you pinch an inch? Remember that deal? Can you pinch an inch?
Nathan, the Western Oklahoma Historical Society recently inducted new members. And one of the members inducted was Deanie Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Deanie Rule is the mother of people we know and went to school with in Elk City, specifically Joe Rule. Joe was in our class, the class of 94 at Elk City High School. His older sister, Natalie, was she 92, class of 92?
Mm-hmm.
And then younger brother, Clint, who I'm told may have spent some time here at this radio station. What year did he graduate? Do you know? If we graduated in 94, was he 96?
I think he's younger than that.
7?
I could be wrong.
8? Anyway, the Rule family, Staples, Jim and Deanie Rule, Staples here in Western Oklahoma in Elk City. And Deanie was recently inducted into the Western Oklahoma Historical Society Hall of Fame. And I came across this picture from Deanne Bell, longtime Elk City educator, counselor. And Deanne Bell posted a photograph of Deanie and some others at the induction ceremony the other evening. And this is the caption, Nathan. The Steel Magnolias salute our friend Deanie Rule, who was inducted into the Western Oklahoma Historical Society Hall of Fame. And I'm looking at June Lovelace. I'm looking at Carp Diddy, Mary Fern Carpenter, and Deanne Bell, and Darlene James, and Deanie Rule. And apparently they have a group they affectionately call the Steel Magnolias.
Most of those were educators.
And then there's, do you know in the lower left corner? Do you know that person? I have to claim ignorance. I do not recognize that person. You may know who she is. A member of the Steel Magnolias, a group of educators, former educators in Elk City, Oklahoma, who were on hand to see their friend Deanie Rule inducted into the Western Oklahoma Historical Society Hall of Fame. Was that last week? I think it may have been. I think the induction ceremony may have been last week. But Nathan, the Steel Magnolias. You and I need to be part of a group and give our group a cool name like that.
We are. We're part of the early morning show group, Landry.
The Chopper Dave and fill-in-the-blank duo.
49 degrees on our way to more your weather at the bottom. Paul Joseph, Paul's My Take floats around a little bit, and that's because of me. It's when I choose to air it. And I'm going to air it after the weather this morning. So in segment 3, we'll do My Take. You have an uncle who's rooting for you to have a big retirement. And this uncle is waiting to get a big chunk of your big retirement. He's your Uncle Sam. Do you want to kick Uncle Sam out of your retirement? Advanced Financial Strategies in Clinton, Oklahoma can sure help you. The office is a block and a half south of Homeland. I'm talking about Brian and Briley Bacca. The website, retirewithbacca.com.
Nathan, one of the folks in that Steel Magnolias photo was Kathy Lewis, also known as Mrs. Hoyt Lewis. Mm-hmm. Kathy Lewis was one of the Steel Magnolias on hand at the induction ceremony, honoring their good friend, Deanie Rule.
What business emails you the most?
It's either Joseph A. Bank or Charles Tyrrell. Oh, but Men's Warehouse is also up there. Well, it's those three. Mm-hmm. I think they're tied. I think I must get something every day.
Johnston and Murphy has ratcheted up.
Murphy.
And now I'm getting Hawes and Curtis and Brooke Tavener.
You are a preferred customer.
Well, I haven't bought anything from Hawes and Curtis.
Did you sign up for the newsletter?
Well, what you do is the first time you go to the website, they ask for, oh, do you want to get a discount? Give us your email address and we'll give you a discount on your purchase. So, I mean, I know what they're doing, but that's fine.
How many a day do they send you?
Uh,
Joseph A. Bank got to send me 2 or 3 a day. And it's always, the sale that's about to end.
Yeah.
The sale that's about
Oh, we're about to, you better hurry. Oh, I better hurry. I'm going to spend money.
This perpetual sale we're having that never ends is about to end.
Landry, I was telling you the other day that I've been building my wardrobe for a decade now. This shirt is an example of that. I bet I've had this shirt 7 or 8 years. This is not a new shirt. I've had it. It's a Daniel Commute.
It sounds to me like you have more clothes than you can wear. Is that what you're telling me?
I remember a guy saying that to you.
So that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So I interpreted that correctly.
Which is why I've started changing clothes 2 or 3 times a day.
You're like JFK.
Yeah.
You change from the skin out how many times a day? Did he suppose?
Oh, allegedly. I don't believe that. It would take time. It would take so much time. He's the president. He didn't have time to do that.
It's like a Bill Craig story.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure I believe it.
And now
he changed
the rest
once.
of the story.
He changed once. He got some milk on his cuff, so he changed shirts. And that became, he changed from the skin out 5 times a day.
I talked to Mary Catherine a couple of days ago, and she actually called back yesterday. And I said, okay, well, I'll do this again for you. Does anybody need hay? There's some high-quality hay in Ouachita County for sale. In fact, northwestern Ouachita County. It was cut before there was any frost, so that is not going to be an issue. Native grasses, forbs, and legumes. It's good, clean hay, high-quality hay. It's in Ouachita County. Interested? Call this number, 821-1611. 821-1611, high-quality hay. 821-1611. I'll save that. Oh, basketball, Landry. Tonight, basketball, Paragon TV.
Of course.
Arapahoe Butler's at Sentinel. Here's a girls-only game. Eric at Granite. Girls only. Commute at Hydro Eakley. And then Leedy at Hammond. ParagonTV.com. ParagonTV.com. Game times, I think, are 6:30. They usually are, anyway. Landry, tomorrow is the 62nd anniversary of the death of John F. Kennedy. 62 years ago tomorrow, John Kennedy was in Dallas, Texas for a campaign swing. I mean, that's what it was. He was in Texas trying to shore up the Lyndon Johnson wing of the party and the base and whatever else. And he was in a car with the top down driving around, and he was shot.
Southern Democrats, not terribly keen, some of them in particular, not terribly keen on JFK especially because of his stance on civil rights. So he was in Texas trying to bridge the gap, heal the divide. That's why I took LBJ with him. Presidents and vice presidents don't travel a lot together, but John Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson were together in Johnson's home state of Texas in November of '63, doing a little campaigning. That's why Kennedy was there in the first place. And he was in Dallas, where he was assassinated. Tomorrow, did you say that? What anniversary is that tomorrow?
62.
62.
62 years. But it was 1963.
November 22nd, 1963.
Mm-hmm.
He was president for about 1,000 days, which is why that biography after that memoir of his presidency written by Arthur Schlesinger is called 1,000 Days, because he was president for about 1,000 days.
Which means LBJ was only president for a year before the next election. In fact, a little less than a year.
Yeah.
Because I think it's first Tuesday in November is the presidential election.
It's the first Tuesday after the first Monday.
No, that's ridiculous.
I know, but it is. You know why? Because
No.
Congress said so.
Because of the Constitution.
To allow for the farmers to be finished with their farming. That's what the Congress decided what was it, 1845?
Jason Jones Plumbing is on page 1 of the Penny News. So is Tex OK Land Company. Is it Tex OK or Tex Oak?
Mm-hmm.
Land Company. They're
Right.
mineral brokers. Just so you know, the Penny News office is going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving Day in honor of Thanksgiving. DJ's Rentals and Sales is on page 1. Timber, Oklahoma. Over 10 years of experience. Tree trimming, storm damage cleanup, that sort of thing. Upgrade to a metal roof. Page 1 of the Penny News. Penny News is out.
Nathan, earlier when you mentioned basketball,
yeah,
the first thing that popped into my head was, well, 'tis the season for basketball. 'Tis the season.
Deck the halls with thousands.
'Tis the season for basketball.
And trailers are in the Penny News. I'm looking at the back page. I went from the first page to the back page, Landry. Back page of the Penny News, a GR brand dump trailer. It's a gooseneck, 14 by 7. 14,000-pound axles, 11,850 the asking price. Next to it, a GR 16-foot gooseneck half-top, 10,450. And next to that, a GR tilt trailer. 22 by 7, 16,000-pound axles, 10,950. Look on the back page of the Penny News if you need trailers.
Did you say dump trailer?
Yeah.
How long has it been since you had a dump cake?
A long, long time, Landry. A long, long time. Yesterday, we started this thing, and maybe we'll wrap it up today. We were talking about great characters in sitcoms. Not the lead. You know how and I was thinking about this tremendous analogy yesterday, or illustration. You know how when you're making a dish for supper, you've got the meat or whatever it is?
Main course,
right?
Sure.
And that's the main thing.
It's the focal point of the meal.
Right. But you season it. You use spices and seasonings to flavor it and enhance it.
Oh, I see.
And when you've got a sitcom, you've got the lead, but then the supporting cast around it, that's the seasoning and the spice to really add flavor to the whole thing. And that's what we were talking about yesterday, are these supporting cast members, these supporting characters who really made the show fabulous. And we were talking about some. Do you have a selection for us, Landry?
Yeah, everybody remembers the show MASH because we talked about it yesterday. Remember Klinger, the guy who dressed as a lady because he wanted everybody to think he was crazy so he could get kicked out of the army and go home from the war with a Section 8. Well, there was another guy on MASH, another character who was really funny, named Frank Burns.
Corporal?
Yes, sir?
I want to make a stateside call. It's a New York number. Canal 79000.
Yes, sir. I'll get out first thing tomorrow morning.
He's talking to Radar, Nathan.
Well, I don't want it first thing in the morning. I want it first thing now.
Well, I can't reach them
Radar.
now, sir. I'll be calling them yesterday.
That's ridiculous.
That was Frank.
No, sir. They're 16 hours behind us. Our today is their yesterday.
It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, that's here.
Frank Burns was a wonderfully annoying guy. He was one of those guys you just loved to. He wasn't evil, so it wasn't I guess the villain, and yet he was. How would you describe him? He was the annoying foil of Hawkeye.
Yes. Weasley, annoying.
Yeah.
Contrary.
But what a great character. Larry Linville is the name of the actor who portrayed him. And I don't know the story of why he left MASH. Did he leave of his own accord, or did they say you're leaving?
Good question. Some folks left MASH, and it makes me scratch my head.
Three people left MASH, and you think, why in the world did they do that?
Colonel Blake, who was played by
McLean Stevenson.
He left. I don't know why you'd leave probably the top-rated show on TV, but he did. You had Trapper John, played by
Wayne Rogers.
Wayne Rogers, also left. And then you had Frank Burns, Larry Linville.
Who he stuck around longer.
He did. He left. Now, Radar left late in the run, right? Gary Berghoff.
Yeah.
I think, I wasn't at MASH on. Am I crazy? Was MASH on 9 seasons?
I don't know.
I think it was on 8 or 9 seasons, which is, about 3 times the length of the Korean War, the war the show was based on.
Are they talking about Pioneer Aviation?
Regardless of cost. Use proceeds. Buy immediately all shares possible of Pioneer Aviation.
Pioneer.
And sign it, Major Frank Burns.
Yes.
Frank was a great character.
How many TV shows have used the we're going to get in on the ground floor of this great stock? I mean, Seinfeld used it. MASH used it. I'm guessing lots of other shows used it too, including.
But that was something
MASH
that.
Frank
But Hawkeye and Trapper, weren't they having fun with Frank? Didn't they make up Pioneer Aviation?
Probably they made up a character named Tuttle. They created him out of whole cloth.
But they did it specifically to mess with Frank.
Probably.
I think they created this company called Pioneer Aviation.
So Frank would want to invest money in it and get rich because he thought he could get rich. MASH was a wonderful,
Oh, goodness.
wonderful TV show.
What a great character.
So funny.
But the Frank Burns character, that's part of what helped make Hawkeye so great, with these characters floating around him he could interact with, like Frank.
And there was some real stream of stars that came through in very small roles, maybe one episode, like Patrick Swayze and George Wendt and Ron Howard and lots of other people.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Yeah, Nathan and I came of age in the 1990s, junior high school. And so we have a special feeling in our hearts for a special television show called Seinfeld. And one of the characters on Seinfeld, there were four main characters, and one of them was George Costanza, played by Jason Alexander. And I think Nathan will argue perhaps the funniest of the four characters.
Yes.
This is a very short clip of George Costanza speaking to Jerry Seinfeld in Jerry's apartment, but it's kindly funny.
I don't get art.
There's nothing to get.
No, it always has to be explained to me, and then I have to have someone explain the explanation.
I don't
That
get
is
art.
True. I don't get art. Somebody has to explain it to me. And then someone has to explain the explanation. Yes. See, the great thing about Seinfeld is the character said things that lots of us had thought. We may have never said it, may have never articulated it. But that is exactly what George just said is probably the kind of thing millions of Americans had thought.
Yeah.
I don't get art.
There's nothing to get.
No, it always has to be explained to me, and then I have to have someone explain the explanation.
It's like poetry. Somebody has to explain to me what a poem means. George, I don't get it. Somebody has to explain the art, and then somebody has to explain the explanation. It's really, really funny.
See, the Kramer character got all the buzz because he was so strange and weird.
Yeah.
And Michael Richards, who played him, kept winning Emmys.
Yes.
And Jason Alexander never won an Emmy for George.
True. And he was never jailed in Cordell.
But I think the George character was the funniest character. Now, I'm going to make a fine distinction here. Of course, Jerry Seinfeld is himself funnier as a person than even George in the show. But as an audience watching a character, the stuff that George did was so selfish.
Neurotic.
It was neurotic and selfish.
And impulsive.
Mm-hmm. That just on a character basis, the character of George Costanza was funnier than the character of Jerry Seinfeld or Kramer or Elaine.
Speaking of Kramer.
Well, I had a very interesting lunch with George Costanza today.
Really?
We were talking.
Apparently, they had sucked on some helium just before they shot this scene.
Our lives, and we both kind of realized we're kids. We're not men.
So then you asked yourselves, isn't there something more to life?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, well, let me clue you in on something. There isn't.
There isn't.
Absolutely not. I mean, what are you thinking about, Jerry? Marriage? Family?
Well,
They're prisons! Man-made prisons. You're doing time! You get up in the morning, she's there. You go to sleep at night, she's there. It's like you gotta ask permission to use the bathroom. Is it all right if I use the bathroom?
really?
Yeah, and you can forget about watching TV while you're eating.
I can?
Oh, yeah! You know why? Because it's dinner time. And you know what you do at dinner?
What?
You talk about your day. How was your day today? Did you have a good day today or a bad day today? Well, what kind of day was it? Well, I don't know. How about you? How was your day?
24 minutes after 7 o'clock. What a great character. Mr. Cosmo Kramer. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Who are your favorite character? Not the lead.
Mm-hmm. Supporting character.
The supporting characters. One listener said MASH was on for 11 seasons.
11. Goodness.
I watched the whole time I was growing up, and it was a good show. Appreciate you guys. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. You use a lot of oil every day if you're in the oil field. If you're a farmer, you use a lot every season. Well, if you buy Camrox oil, you're going to save a lot of money. Camrock's oil is made to the same specifications, lubricates the same way. It's just cheaper. So if you're one of those heavy-duty oil users, you're going to save a lot of money by using Camrock's oil. Camrock Supply, next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City, but they're also in Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, and Ulysses, Kansas.
The caffeinated conversation continues on the early morning show right after this.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all.
Get the smoker sitting in the smoking section.
Oh, of course. Where's my head?
Probably in the pumpkin patch, wondering when the mix-up occurred.
Okay, I have a confession. I was trying to stop my husband from buying this new 87-cent generic Viagra.
Cheers is filmed before a live studio audience.
Tell me, how come you never got married?
Well, no, Coach. It's unfair to ask a woman to be the wife of a mailman. You know, watching him get up every morning, strapping on that old mailbag, going out and hitting those mean streets, never knowing whether he's coming back or not.
You're right. Somewhere out there is a beagle with your name on it, right?
Oh, wait. It all depends what kind we're talking about here.
Just the average
Any
kind.
kind. All right. Okay. You take your average whale's intestines and stretch them out, you're looking at 3 miles and change.
Win again, Coach. This man knows his animal kingdom.
About here.
Just the average
Any
kind.
kind. Back or not?
You're right. Tell me, how come you never got married?
Well, no.
Cleaner cotton means a better grade. We run our gin to get you the best grade possible.
The way a doctor knows the human body, that's how you know trucks. You hear a rattle, a rumble, a vibration, and you know exactly what's wrong. You're a diagnostic genius, the go-to for getting trucks running and keeping them tough and DOT compliant. You're a Mac Pro, a tech tool titan. With a wrench in your hand, there's nothing you can't fix. Canyon Oilfield Services is looking for you. Our Hinton, Oklahoma yard has 10 trucks ready for your expertise and a fleet of over 70 trucks waiting for your oversight. It's a big job for a big talent. Not every mechanic has what it takes, but you're different. You're a mechanical boss, and they call you Haas, and we need your expertise. You tell us what it'll take to get you on board and added to the team. We're ready to deal. Call 580-729-3297 to set up your interview. 580-729-3297. At Canyon Oilfield Services, the key word is service.
Got problems? God can fix them. This is Pastor Andy Taylor inviting you to come as you are to Trinity Fellowship in Sayre.
We couldn't find anyone better to put on the air during the commercial, so Nathan and Landry Brewer are back. The early morning show on KECO.
Down at 96.5. KECO is the early morning show. A lot to be thankful for. Maybe you've done exceptionally well, but if you're in the ag industry, it's quite possible Uncle Sam is eyeballing your tax return. You may want to go ahead and take this 0% opportunity, 0% interest for 5 years on every F-Series pickup truck, or F-150. Let me put it this way. Every F-150 at Barbara Dyson Ford, and even some select Super Duties, 0% for 5 years might be a good time. Might be a good time to invest in yourself and keep Uncle Sam out of this year's abundance. Know what I mean? Northeast part of Elk City, Barbara Dyson Ford. Big day planned?
Going to go and teach some classes, Nathan. Maybe recognize a colleague who's retiring.
Recognize.
Sneaking a nap. Got a faculty senate meeting scheduled for 2:30.
Who's retiring after 30 years?
Terry Billy, Swazu Sayre Registrar Terry Billy. After 3 decades on the job, Nathan, that is 30 years. She began 1995.
When is her last day?
I'm not exactly certain. I believe it's the end of the semester, probably December, but I may be saying more than I know. So it's coming up quickly.
Can I ask a dumb guy question? So why is the event today?
I don't know. Next week is Thanksgiving. The week after that is the week before finals week. It gets pretty hectic. You can't have it during finals week. And maybe the week before. I don't know if the venue was booked. The mariachi band couldn't make it then.
The venue.
The seating.
Crazy. Am I right that that's crazy? Yeah. Am I right that the penny news is crazy, Landry? Come on now, barbed wire and lace. I see you. Page 1 of the B section. Elk City Storage, KNS Repairs. Look at that mower power. Mow power. What? Mow power 5A repair. How about you? Full line of automotive and equipment repairs, but also mowers? Really? Western traditions in Mangum, Oklahoma. Any cowboys out there? Anybody who like the Western look in your home? Fine Western furniture with a cowboy flair. Anybody have teeth? Doctors Maury and Terry White, Sedation Dentistry, page 1 of the B section. I'm looking right at it. Double J Dozing and Excavating. Jump back. Look at that on page 19 of the latest penny news. There's, looks like an animal and Jimmy Clark, but I'm not sure which one's which. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Giblet Stove Sales, Miller Plumbing, Pop & Sons Insulation. Look at it, man. All these services inside the penny news, all these vehicles. Look at all these vehicles inside the penny news. Anybody need a job? We got jobs inside the penny news. We got metal. We've got ag products everywhere you look. As far as the eye can see, we got ag products. Any ag producers out there? Ag people just swear by the penny news. Insurance. How about that? There's insurance in here. Sand and gravel hauling, tractor repair. Look at vehicles on page 9. Look at that. I'll swan. Bulk feed delivered to your ranch. That's Sheldon Rounds, R&R Livestock. Excuse me, R&R Livestock Feeds. Pardon me. Hey, Santa's Christmas Heroes. Look at page 8 of the penny news. Santa's Christmas Heroes. We are looking for people who go above and beyond. Santa's helpers, Santa's heroes, Christmas heroes. Do you know somebody who helps? Somebody who really helps other people? We would like to find this human being and give them a nice prize, a nice gift from an area business. Page 8 of the penny news. You can fill it out. You can go to the website, KECOFM.com, and let us know. You can nominate somebody. Do you know one of Santa's true helpers, a Christmas hero? Help us find that person. Latest penny news is out. Go grab a copy. They're free this week. We're running a pre-Thanksgiving special on the penny news. They are free this week. All right, yesterday we started talking about it. We talked about it a little bit more in the previous segment. Sitcoms are best known for the leads. If you're talking about, pick a sitcom that was famous. The Andy Griffith Show, Andy Griffith was the lead. In the TV show Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld was the lead. In the sitcom Cheers, Ted Danson was the lead, right? But these leading people, if it's a really successful sitcom, then the lead had some really good supporting cast around him, and some of these characters that the writers created for these shows, some of these characters are just fabulous. The concept was fabulous, and then the acting and the writing was fabulous. And on the TV show Cheers, one of the best-known characters was Cliff Clavin, the know-it-all postman.
Cheers is filmed before a live studio audience.
Tell me, how come you never got married?
Well, no, Coach, it's unfair to ask a woman to be the wife of a mailman. You know, watching him get up every morning, strapping on that old mailbag, going out and hitting those mean streets, never knowing whether he's coming back or not.
Oh, Cliff.
You're right. Somewhere out there is a beagle with your name on it, right?
Oh, wait.
But then, one of the things that Cliff Clavin was best known for was all these just bizarre facts he always had at his disposal, this random trivia, this stuff he claimed to know about.
Wait. It all depends what kind we're talking about here.
Just the average
Any
kind.
kind.
All right.
Okay.
If you take your average whale's intestines and stretch them out, you're looking at 3 miles and change.
Average whale's intestines. 3 miles and change. When we find that Santa hero helper, is there going to be more than just one? Yes. Yes, there is. It's not a competition. We're just looking for people. Nominate somebody who you know that has really gone above and beyond. I mean, that just helps. Somebody who helps the homeless, helps the poor, helps goes around fixing people's stuff at their house or mowing their yard without being asked, or helps people with clothing, or just somebody who really helps. That's what we're looking for. Santa's helper, Christmas heroes. All right. There's a nomination form on page 8 of the Penny News. If you like doing it the old-fashioned way, you can do it that way. Or you can go to the website, KECOFM.com, and you can nominate somebody that way. Cliff Clavin is one of those great, great characters. Yesterday we talked about Granny Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. We talked about Barney Fife, too, on the Andy Griffith Show. Those are fabulous characters. We talked about Klinger from MASH, and this morning we talked about Frank Burns. Cheers had Cliff Clavin. Norm was a pretty good character, too. It's just Cliff was so well known for being so Cliff. Gilligan's Island had Thurston Howell III. But we really don't have time. But Green Acres. Remember the TV show Green Acres? Hank Kimball was the county agent, and he was the guy. And it's not like he was on that much. But when he was on, he could never remember anything. He was that guy who he had trouble getting through a sentence because he just couldn't remember stuff. And then you had Mr. Haney. Remember, Pat Buttram was the name of the actor. He's an old cowboy actor. Pat Buttram played Mr. Haney, who talked like this. And he was always trying to wheedle and sell stuff. Have I got a deal for you? He was always trying to sell something to Oliver Douglas, the farmer. Great characters. Yesterday, somebody said that they thought that they really like Red Fox on Sanford and Son. I mean, really, Red Fox is fabulous, right? But he was the lead. If you're talking about supporting cast, just a character who was great. And Sanford and Son had a handful of those. But I think Aunt Esther, talk about a memorable character. Unlike anybody else that's ever been on a TV show, Aunt Esther was a really great character. 7:38. It is finally Friday. We got your weather breakdown coming up. Paul Joseph's My Take, Jared with local news. I'm Nathan. You know who you are. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show.
While you wait for the early morning show to return on KECO, please enjoy these complimentary copies of National Geographic.
Are you ready to look and feel your best? Head on over to Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics and come see me, Dr. Jamie Cameron. We have specials going on right now through the end of November. Get Botox for just $10 a unit, or take $100 off each syringe of cheek or lip filler. Get a lip flip for only $40.
Aging is inevitable, but we can help you minimize the effects without looking like some bad plastic surgery patient. We can help you get back to the best version of yourself.
While you're here, help make a difference this Christmas. Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics is collecting toys for local kids in need. Things like coloring books, puzzles, dolls, or stuffed animals.
I'm Dr. Jamie Cameron, Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford.
On the corner of Main and Washington.
swdentalok.com.
Briley Baca is an investment advisor representative of and advisory services offered through Royal Fund Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Every dollar you save for retirement has a silent partner, and it's your crazy Uncle Sam. He's waiting with his hand out, ready to take a chunk of your IRA, your 401k, and even your Social Security if you're not careful. But here's the truth. You can fight back. With the right strategy, you can keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket and out of Washington's. At Advanced Financial Strategies, we specialize in family wealth management, helping families in Western Oklahoma cut down on future tax bills, maximize income, and keep control of their financial future. Don't wait for the IRS to decide how much of your retirement you get to keep. Call me, Briley Bacca, a certified financial planner professional here in Clinton, at 323-6800 or visit our website, retirewithbacca.com. Advanced Financial Strategies, your money, your future, your choice.
You got 5-6 tractors out there, you got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oil field companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. The price savings it's huge for them.
We have Fraser fir, notes of cedarwood and sandalwood combined, and it just smells like you're in the mountains, and it's just amazing. Multi-surface cleaner, we have room spray, dish soap, laundry soap, hand cream. We have Christmas pillows out the wazoo, so if you need a Christmas pillow, come see us. We for sure have something for you. Candles are always a top seller at Christmas time. They're just that quick and easy little gift that everyone loves, and you cannot go wrong with them. We have several different type of food items in the store right now. We have Finch and Fennel. We also have our jalapeno pepper jellies, and then our sourdough bread, geometry towels. If you have not got a geometry towel yet, you are missing out. The fiber that they have in them, it's just amazing. It's a great quality towel that you will switch out every kitchen towel you have once you get one of these. Any gift you buy, whether it is small or you have 4 bag loads, we offer free gift wrapping. Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts, now located at 1503 West 3rd Street in Elk City.
You get a cup of coffee, you walk up to the cashier to pay, and there it is, a world of possibilities right there at your fingertips. The Penny News, our free gift to you.
The Early Morning Show. Think of it as a continental breakfast for the mind.
Every morning there's a free continental breakfast.
Continental breakfast.
It's back here on 96.5 KECO.
So it's continental then?
Mm-hmm.
17 minutes away from 8 o'clock, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Fully licensed and insured. Carter Electric, they've got the equipment, personnel, and experience to handle any job, and they do it 24 hours a day. How about that? 225-2447, Carter Electric. Let's take a look at your forecast. We're going to end up mostly sunny. In fact, it's mostly sunny now. Some folks this morning possibly could have had fog, but I'll tell you where I am. It's just bright and clear. Sun coming up, revealing mostly clear skies. Going to be sunny this afternoon. High of about 64 degrees. Northwest winds 10 to 15. Looks like a really nice fall day today. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 39, and then tomorrow, sunny and 62. So fall may finally have arrived. Only 2 months in. It only took 2 months to get here, but it looks like fall may finally be here. So today, 64. Tomorrow, 62. And then Sunday, now look at this. We got just a little bit of rain yesterday, okay? They were saying, I remember Tuesday, Wednesday, they were saying that we would get around an inch out here. And then in central Oklahoma more and in eastern Oklahoma more still. I mean, did we even get I don't think we even got a quarter of an inch at my house. But they tell me that Sunday we've got a really good chance of rain. 70% chance of more rain. Sunday night, 50% chance. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. You know how that goes. Right now on the back porch, though, where I am, 48 degrees, skies clear, humidity 90%, winds are light. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning out there. Penny News, grab a copy. Everything you need for ag stuff, service providers. We got tires in there. We got electricians in there. We got plumbers in there. We got land for sale. Back page, 350 acres of Beckham County is for sale. We got auctions. What else? There was something else. Yeah. Oh, man, we got a bunch of auctions. Good night. Page 23. Grants Auction and Realty has a big one coming up. Looks like a week from tomorrow, Saturday, November the 29th. Just a bunch of auctions, though. And then, let's see, S&S Estates. That starts today. 9 this morning till 5 this evening at 104 Bryan Road in Elk City, over behind Carl's Jr. That's on page 21 of the Penny News. Take a look at page 21. Some tree trimmers, Apache Hay Wagon, Alex Eubank Water Well Drilling, H&H Tri-State Power Sports. Penny News, go grab a copy. It's free this week. We're running a special on it. 15 away from the top. Back by popular demand. Paul Joseph took a couple of weeks off. And you know what? He's retired. He can do whatever he wants, right? He's just been doing other things, but he finally carved out enough time to sit down and write down at the point of a pencil some thoughts that he'd been having, and he wanted to share them with everybody. Here we go.
Retirement's given him the chance to take a step back and take a look at the world. Here to give you his take, here's Paul Joseph.
I've been thinking about it all this week, ever since Sunday's sermon. The scripture Sunday was from the Sermon on the Mount, specifically Matthew 6, where Christ teaches about worry and how silly it is. My preacher has an uncanny knack of interweaving stories and personalities that underscore the referenced scripture. He ended his sermon by recommending we put our trust in God and watch our worries and fears disappear. Now, during his message, he spoke about a book that he recommends, one that I've heard of but never read, The Last Lecture, co-authored by Randy Pausch. It's a 2008 New York Times bestseller. Pausch was a professor of computer science, human-computer interaction, and design at Carnegie Mellon University. That's in Pittsburgh. The book is a memoir and a summary of life lessons based on a popular lecture series given after the author was diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer. After he was diagnosed. He had 3 to 6 months to live. I've thought about that a lot. What would I write down and share with others, knowing it would be one of the last things I do? What wisdom would you try to impart to the world if you knew it was one of your last opportunities? What would I tell my kids that would lessen their angst in life, to build them up long after I've gone, that will nourish them in my absence? After one weeds out the insignificance in life, what desired significance is left? This book, The Last Lecture, extends and expounds upon his last lecture. They both focus on achieving childhood dreams, overcoming obstacles, and living a fulfilling life of purpose, honesty, and humor. And it serves as a final message. I've ordered the book, but I'm compelled to share some thoughts before I read it, like what ideas or thoughts would I commit to record to be shared after I'm gone? My first thought is that we all need to have a higher power in our life, something greater than ourselves that we turn to, and not human nor material. Call it whatever you want. I call it God, for lack of a better word. My second thought is about worry. You know, if God didn't want us to worry, why did he give us the capacity, the ability to worry? Maybe I'll answer this. It may have to do with granting us free will, but I think he also gave us a lesser ability to surrender our worry and a much greater ability to actually worry. We're really good at it. We're told in the good book in Matthew 6, verse 25, do not worry about your life. I'm trying. Thirdly, we must live for a bigger cause than just our own. We need to lose ourselves in a cause, in an ongoing project or a principle. We need to strive to make life better for others, always forgetting ourselves in the effort. Fourthly, we need to believe in miracles. They can happen. Remember the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team's upset victory? So there. We need to have spiritual faith. To prove this point about believing, my friend once said to me, I don't believe. I know. And finally, we must realize that in giving, we receive. In loving others without condition and without expectation, we heal and grow. It's all about love. All of it. When you boil it all down, our existence is based on love and is dependent on love. It's everywhere. The actor Hugh Grant said it best, love actually is all around us. This is what I got so far. In the meantime, I'll be reading, and I'll get back to you about that. That's my take on it. For Paragon Communications, I'm Paul Joseph.
My Take with Paul Joseph on 96.5 KECO.
.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show, 10 away. Always good to hear Paul Joseph's voice. You know, he was the news director here for 12 through about, I want to say 7 years. It was either 6 or 7 years Paul was here. And then he left, and we said, you know, Paul, you're so good. We don't want you to quit broadcasting. We want you to keep going. And thanks to modern technology, he could do that. So usually once a week, he just shares his thoughts from high atop the whatever. He's got this beautiful cabin's the house. He's got this beautiful house right on Grand Lake. And he's there with his family, just telling us what he thinks about life and love and the past and the present and the future. And it's always good to hear from Mr. Paul Joseph. He's fantastic. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show, 9 minutes away from the top. Text us at 225-9697. What about Mose from the old John Wayne movies? Yeah, that was pretty good. Old Mose. That was a good character. I don't know if she only keep family together. I know the perfect person who could use a little help. Her name is, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, we're doing this Santa's Helpers Christmas Hero deal. If you know somebody who through the year is always trying to help somebody and just does a lot of good, and maybe it's as an individual or maybe they head up an organization whose task it is to help, nominate that person. And what we're doing is we're rounding up nominations of people to honor, and then we're also rounding up businesses to help us do it. And we're going to put the two together, and we're going to give these $250 awards, these gifts from businesses to helpers, people who really make a difference. We call them Santa's Heroes or Christmas Heroes or Christmas Helpers, whatever you want to call them. But we're looking for, we need the people to honor. So you can look at page 8 of the Penny News and fill it out old school, write it down and cut it out and mail it in or bring it to us. Or go to our website, KECOFM.com, and find somebody to nominate or tell us somebody who you think deserves this gift, this prize. We call it a prize, call it a gift, whatever you want. 8 minutes away from the top, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. I'm Nathan Brewer. You know who you are. You can text me at 225-9697. Oh, I can't believe you're right. Great characters. Festus on Gunsmoke was my favorite. That's from Bridget. Flo on Alice. Absolutely. That's a great one. Flo on Alice. That was a great character. Polly, she recently passed away. She just fairly recently passed away. What was her name? Polly something or other. The actress who played Flo. She just recently passed away. Flo was a fabulous character on the TV show Alice. 7 away from the top. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. For you to keep making money, your equipment and your machinery have got to keep running, right? They'll help you do that. American Hose and Supply. That's what they do. They keep you running. American Hose and Supply. Hoses, fittings. They're inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Call Bob Maddox, 303-1123. 303-1123. Oh, foot. I forgot to mention this. Amy Donuts, making the world a little sweeter, making your day a little sweeter. Amy Donuts open 7 days a week, 4:30 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Amy Donuts on the east side of Elk City, 301 North Van Buren. Amy Donuts. Make it a sweet start to your Friday. Jared, give us news. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show.
Good morning, sunny and 51. This is the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atha. Carter man has been sentenced to life in prison after being found guilty of shooting a man to death in 2024. 38-year-old Clayton Sampson Hayes of Carter will be eligible for parole after 38 years. A jury found Hayes guilty of first-degree murder in the shooting death of Coulter Jake Vaught in October after a 5-day trial in Beckham County. The shooting happened on January 11th of 2024 near an oil field business on South Merritt Road. Investigators say Hayes fired a handgun at Vaught during a confrontation. Hayes claimed self-defense, but investigators reported no injuries consistent with his account and noted an ongoing feud between the two men. Hayes also faces a separate charge for allegedly desecrating Vaught's roadside memorial while out on bond. He was later returned to jail. He will now serve his life sentence under the Oklahoma Department of Corrections. A man wanted out of Elk City was arrested Wednesday in Shamrock, Texas. Deputies say 56-year-old Edward James Guidry was found hiding under a house after refusing to come out. Chemical agents were used, and a canine from Gray County, Texas, was brought in to help apprehend him. Guidry, who is wanted on a motion to revoke for feloniously pointing a firearm, was taken to a hospital, then booked into the Wheeler County Jail. Elk City Police and Wheeler County officials thanked assisting agencies for their help. An Oklahoma City man is now facing multiple felonies after a struggle with officers at the Flying J in Sayre. Deputies tracked a stolen GMC Sierra to the truck stop on Tuesday night and arrested 25-year-old Perry Howard Wilson. According to an affidavit, Wilson refused commands, claimed he was Jesus Christ, and fought with officers, tearing a shirt pocket and keeping his hands hidden during the struggle. A deputy used a taser and drive stun mode before officers could handcuff him. Wilson was booked into the Beckham County Jail. He's charged with assault on an officer, resisting by force, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and driving under suspension. Bond was set at $10,000. All charges are accusations at this stage. These stories and more on our Facebook page and website. Right now, sunny outside and 51. This has been the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atha.
Do farmers and ranchers need different kinds of tires?
Yes, they do. The farmers and ranchers, generally need a heavy ply tire because they're always pulling a trailer, got hay bales, have equipment. They generally have a lot of tires on the ground. Trailers and trucks and equipment.
Is the lifespan of their tires different from a regular passenger?
Correct. Yes, they are. They generally are a little bit less just because they are abused more than an average customer. They need a good set of tires because if they're down for a day, they're in trouble. It is costing them money. They should go to L&R Tire. We have them in stock and we know what they need.
Why have they used you through the years?
Good service. Like I said, we always generally have the tires in stock and we treat them with respect. L&R Tire, 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, the home of Bridgestone Firestone tires. At L&R Tire, we'll take good care of your vehicle.
Need a trip hopper, feed buggy, or cattle chute? Call Barnes Feed Service in Hobart, Oklahoma. 580-726-2120.
The wait is over. Nathan and Landry Brewer continue the conversation right now on the Early Morning Show.
Just a couple of minutes left in the Friday edition, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Penny News, go grab a copy. Everything you need and more is in there. Can the person be from out of town? Yeah, we were talking about these Christmas helpers, Santa helper, Christmas hero people we're looking for. We're looking for nominations of people to honor, people who just help. They just work and they help throughout the year. Maybe an individual, maybe somebody who works on behalf of a group. Can the person be from out of town? Sure, anybody in our listening area. We're looking for anybody in our listening area who's a helper, who makes a difference, who just serves others and doesn't do it for the acclaim or the money. They just help. They just help. We want to shine a light on those people. So sure, anybody who can hear me, if you're in the sound of my voice, if you're in our listening area, absolutely. Also, earlier we were talking about these great characters from sitcoms. Not the lead. Yeah, the lead gets all the publicity, but the characters, the supporting characters. And somebody said Bowser from Sha-Na-Na. Okay, that takes care of all that. All right, we finished it. We got it done. 5 days worth of radio. 5 hours we were on the air this week, and it was quite a telethon. We raised a lot of money for a good cause, the Feed My Children Fund, and I appreciate all the pledges. Fox News Exploring Energy Tradio at 10 today, and Ag at noon, Backroads at 3, country music all day, and local award-winning news and sports on 96.5 KECO in Elk City. And I hope you remember at about 4:15